Hey everybody, Frankie Day here on YouTube. Okay guys, this is Wednesday, the 3rd of June. And this is going to be a double feature day. I was kind of pondering about bringing in a build of the past. And also my kit update from my build. Okay guys, for the first feature we're going to have right now, this is going to be an update video number 1. For my personal build of the Airfix 124 scale Focke Wulf 190A. Okay guys, the model hasn't been painted yet though, but it's pretty much down to sub-assemblies to be painted. All parts have been primed, and getting ready for the painting. I'll probably get hot on that tonight after the second feature video we'll do. The second feature will be a build of my past. And I think Mr. Gary Baker, I think he'll like this real well. I commented on his video on his armed cruiser Dresden. He done a fabulous job on it with the weathering techniques he's using. He can make that little jewel shine and make it look like a ship like it's supposed to look like. He's doing a very handsome, great job. So I have a U-boat video on my builds of the past. For the second feature for this evening. Okay folks, getting back to the Focke Wulf. I've been building this thing all day yesterday for about I got about 6 hours in it. And so far the parts have been all clean. This thing is a flash pig. Every part that will be shown on this here video has been cleaned using the back of a number 11 X-Acto blade. I mean to tell you folks, there was enough flash on here to sink a battleship. I mean, I had no idea this model was ancient. And I never had this before. And once the parts are all cleaned real good, like what it's supposed to, this model actually goes together quite well without a fuss. I got all the engine components all ready to be painted. You got to be painted individually and weathered as well. The cockpit assembly is all done, minusing the instrument panel. There's 2 instrument panels that give you the kit. That's embossed with clear acetate to simulate dial gauges facings. Landing gear is operable on this airplane. I made it retractable, go up and down, and I'll probably show you a little bit of that when we get to the kit. So right now folks, this has not been painted yet. It's just more or less all broke down to sub-assembly wise, because that way everything can be painted sub-assembly and assembled as you go along. Then we get down to the end of the model, all you gotta do is just go ahead and fill it until it's all nice and sanded down real well, and go ahead and mask out the areas you don't want no primer on, and go ahead and primer and prepare for finishing color. So this is going to be about a 3-week build right here. And it's going together quite so swiftly. All the parts go together quite well. They've all been dry fitted before you add the cement. So actually folks, the key of this anybody that's got this kit in their stash, or who even built it and still got it in their domain, knows what I'm talking about. I mean, this thing is covered with flash because it's an old kit. It's been around for a long time. And once the molds are used repeatedly, it causes flaws in the plastic. That's called flash. So it gives me something to do. So great amount of time that was spent yesterday on this here airplane was more or less cleaning all the flash. And once the flash is removed entirely, the model fits together without a fuss. No problem, no fit issues. One of my commenters told me that there's a fan on the engine right there, because it's all air cooled, and with the fan on there, it actually will cause fit problems with the cowling going on there, and it's got to be trimmed. So thank you very much, dear sir, for the heads up on that. I look forward to that, and I'll see how it goes as the engine's assembled. So right now, folks, this is all this is exploded parts, so sub-assemblies be ready, primed and ready to be painted. And our next video will be all the engine will be painted completely in its entirety, joined to the fuselage. The cockpit will be completely painted and also weathered before buttoning up the fuselage. And a few other sundry parts will be added also to it too. And the rest of the time would be just go ahead and put the model together and prepare it for painting here and there. Okay guys, without further ado, focus your peepers on this. We'll go ahead and zoom in and we'll show you the results of this so far, folks. Okay, guys. Right here is the engine part here, that corner here, folks. We'll zoom in a little closer to the engines. And there's all the engine parts right here. All these parts right, excuse me fellas, I mean to move the camera out of the way. I think these cameras don't get along too good. Okay, here's your manifold right here. Here's all your rings right here. Here's your fan. This is the part right here that's going to probably present a problem when it comes to putting the fuselage together. So therefore, I got to watch out for that and see how it goes as put together. And I got those push rod rings on here. They're all together right there in assembly. The engine assembly is all put together, primed, ready to be painted. Part of your boss for your spinner bosses. Here's your retainer that fits inside the cylinder, keeps your so you can turn your propeller. Here's your governor rings all primed, ready to go. So this evening sometime I get settled down, I gotta go to the store with my wife, get a few items. When I get back, I'll go ahead and resume on the painting on this and get it ready to go. Okay folks, so let's go take a look at the wing here. This right here is a one wing, and I got the undercarriage right here, and you got your, I call it false spars. These are your spars right here. Of course you can see the undercarriage, how it goes in there. You got a retainer right over here that locks the landing gear. Now, this thing is functional. I'm going to go ahead and make it functional. I don't want to swing the landing gear down. Just go ahead and swing it down like this. And she's resting. And this comes over here and locks. This acts like a lock. It locks it in. Now, this ain't going nowhere. It's a pretty good idea. Now, if you want to retract it, move this out of the way, clear it inside the well, take your undercarriage, wheels up, there you go. So, the tail wheel on the fuselage back here works in a similar manner. It goes up and down as it retracts. And there's locking pins there. You can lock it in the retracted position and the extended position. As we go over to the cockpit over here, folks, we'll zip in a little more. Now remember, folks, this hasn't been painted yet. This has all been built in its entirety, as sub-assembly wise. So let me get this camera focus here, fellas. We'll take a look at it. You got to pardon me for these videos here. I got to start brushing up my video techniques. If I can get these videos down as good as I build models, the battle has been won. Okay folks, you can see there's a lot of detail here. And once this thing's painted to RML gray and you get a good wash of black, this thing's really going to highlight it like you won't believe. And the engine fits across here in the firewall, and you got your motor mounts come across here, which are located for the engine. So there it is right there, folks. There's the tail wheel linkage right there. The locks are right up in here. So all you do is pull this back this way, it'll come down and lock. That can be maneuvered by using the tail wheel when the model assembly. You can hear it snap, come down, because I pulled it a few times. And the wheels work pretty good. It seemed like me it would be no problem. So for storage, I'll bring up the landing gear. And also for display, bring the legs down. And that'll be that. Well, there's the engine parts right there, as you can see, folks. All been put together, all been sanded, all been cleaned, all been primed, ready for the colors. I went down my hobby shop there, bought a whole selection of Humbro colors, folks. And believe you me, I'm so glad they're stocking Humbro's paints, because I haven't used Humbro's in a long time. Incidentally, here they are right here. These are the primary colors right here. These little tins are beauts. I love these little tins. Never underestimate these tins, folks. You'd be surprised. With one of these right here, you can be able to you can be able to paint a lot of models with it. You can paint about 2 of these kits with this much paint here. So these are pretty good 10s, fellas. And you can paint a lot of models off these little 10s. Because you know why? They got, let's see, Humble, they got a lot of pigment in their paint. They use a lot of pigment. And those pigment colors right there, I mean, they, as long as you thin it with turpentine, you'll be alright. That's the thinner I use for Humble is turpentine. Instead of using mineral spirits, I use turpentine. So anyway, I got about 15 of these 10s. These are the major colors. You got some kind of hollow brown they use, also some gray grun, and also some darker grun. All Luftwaffe colors, the RLM range. So anyway, folks, that's about what it is on the Focke Wulf as far as I got on it, and so right there, that's about as far as I got. So right now it's ready for its finishing colors to get this thing together. Okay, folks, I'll see you came right back to yours truly over here. Ah, there I is. Okay, guys, that's about it right there for the update, build report number 1 for my Airfix 124 Focke Wulf 190. Looks like it's going to be a good kit, interesting kit, and a big one too at that. And I love these old big 124 scale kits. They really fill the bill for me. Okay, guys, so stay tuned for the next video. It'll be builds of the past. It'll be my U-boat. It'll be a class 7C class. And I think it's U-boat 545. And I think it's Capitaine Tops U-boat that was used off the East Coast of New Jersey and New Orleans. That sunk a very area supply of merchantmen going across there to the United Kingdom to supply the effort of war. Okay, guys, this concludes the video update number 1. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. May God bless, make Mama happy, and happy modeling. Please subscribe, and we'll catch you great fellas on the next video. So stay tuned for builds of the past featuring my U-boat. Okay, it's Frankie Day signing off, and God bless you guys. I'll catch you guys next video. Bye, boys.